Good morning, everyone. Scott here. We're doing another Wednesday morning preview of our new comic releases this week. Start off with Independence. First off, we've got the new book, They Live, #1. It's kind of a post-apocalyptic Earth situation. It's got a big fold-out cover with the characters on it. So the story of this book is, after the world has kind of destroyed itself with wars and whatnot, we get a deep space message saying that there's a countdown to the new apocalyptic event, and there's a chance 1,000 kids can get off. So it's about a journey of someone who's chosen. They have to travel through the wasteland to get to where their pickoff point. It looks really cool. I'm very excited for this one. To that, we got Vampire the Masquerade #3, continuing the Vampire the Masquerade series. They have, based on the classic RPG. This has RPG rules for the different characters and scenarios in it, just like every issue. Got the newest issue of Sonic the Hedgehog. Bloodshot #9. Seven Secrets #3. Got Red Mother #9. Halloween time, you want to get some horror comics. That's a good one. One of my personal favorites, Once and Future. #12. This is kind of wrapping up the second storyline. We have the trade paperback for the first if you want to get started on that. It's really good. Commanders in Crisis. This is a new #1. Also pretty interesting title. So it's about the 5 survivors of the multiverse now live on our world as superheroes, and there's an interesting murder that happens, and they have to kind of deal with that. I don't want to give too much away, but it's a really cool new series. It's worth picking up. Make sure I'm grabbing just one book here. Final issue, or the 4th issue of the Willow side series from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Got the new issue of Bleed Them Dry, another cool new horror comic. Cyberpunk future, but about vampires. Bill and Ted Are Doomed #2. This one has multiple covers, just like the first issue. I kind of really like the second cover where they're playing in the garage. But obviously they're not the Wild Stallions. I mean, they are the Wild Stallions, but Bill and Ted are kind of having a bit of a renaissance resurgence right now, thanks to Bill and Ted Face the Music coming out after all of these years. Moving over to Marvel, got a new licensed book based on the 4 Hammer 40K series. This is a new #1, so if that's something you're interested in, this would be a good place to go. Also, if you ever played Space Marines, this is the same universe. See, we got Darth Vader #6, continuing on the explosive events that happen, after Empire Strikes Back. Darth Vader knows he has a son, and I think he just found out Leia exists. So obviously he's going to have a bit of a row with the Emperor. New Mutants 13, which is part 7 of 22 of X of Swords. Lots of X of Sword type parts this week. Continuing the spook time October trend. We got Marvel Zombies Resurrection #3. Immortal Hulk #38. Hellions, what is it? It's hard to tell with the trade dress for this. It's Hellions #5, which is part 6 of 22 of X of Swords. Got the new issue of Captain Marvel. Lighting in here is pretty awful, so we can get a good look at the cover. Got the new issue of Captain America, which has a red skull on it. So we got Cable, which is also part of the X of Swords series. We got Avengers, finishing up the Age of Khonshu crossover with Moon Knight. Spider-Man #50. Finally get to see what's going on with Kindred. I believe his identity is finally revealed in this. So I'm not going to flip through it in case of spoilers. But still following up on the explosive events of the last issue. Spider-Man #850. So that'll do us for Marvel this week. Let's go over to DC. Got the newest issue of Wonder Woman, which has a pretty cool alternate cover I really like. Superman 26. Strange Adventures number 6. Rorschach number 1, which is pretty exciting. You know, another sequel to Watchmen. Everyone loves those. Justice League Odyssey number 25. I believe this is the final issue of it. So we can see what's been going on, how it's going to end here with Darkseid and whatnot. See, Green Lantern Season 2 number 8. Flash 763. So you got Hawkman 28. We've got Detective Comics 1028. DC's Halloween special this year. DC The Doomed and the Damned, to play on the, DC's Brave and the Bold series. They do the annual, or they do it for a lot of holidays, but they've been doing a lot of them for Halloween, where it's an anthology series. I believe it's 10 or so stories that are, Spooky Time appropriate. Got Dark Knight's Metal number 4. This is the alternate cover, and then here's the main shiny one. With the Batman who laughs. I think he's now known as the Darkest Knight, since he's got Dr. Manhattan's powers. There's an obvious reference to them there. So you got Batman's Grave number 11. This series is almost done. It's only a 12-issue series. We've got the second printing of Joker Wars number 1 with a new cover. So if you're looking to collect all of that stuff, this is a new one released. If you happen to miss out on it the first time around, we have it back in stock now. We also have copies of issue number 2 still, so it's a good chance to catch up. And we got Batman and the Outsiders as our final DC release for this Wednesday. Let's move over to the variants. See, we've got the Death Metal number 4 variant. They're continuing on the whole Justice League as a metal band series that they're doing. Got the retailer incentive for Sonic the Hedgehog. The gold cover of Walking Dead number 1, or Walking Dead Deluxe number 1. You can see the title there is now goldified. But this, even though this book came out last week, this is a 1 per store situation, so there's only so many of them floating around. Got the variant for Spider-Man. Obviously, the Green Goblin returned in the last issue, so they're kind of still capitalizing on that. Then we have the Alex Ross Timeless variants this week. Let's see, Avengers gives us... Oh, no, this one's Captain America, gives us Falcon and Red Wing. Spider-Man obviously gives us Spider-Man, and I have quite a few of those. We anticipate him being a popular guy. Here's some more of him. Let's see, New Mutants gives us Colossus. And Hellions gives us Phoenix. So now the original 5... Oh, no, we're still waiting on Cyclops. I think he's next week or the week after. But there's still some more, still doing some more Alex Ross covers. They're at least until the end of this month. Now let's move on to manga, kids trade paperbacks, and regular trade paperbacks. For manga this week, I got Mob Psycho number 100, volume 6. Maybe the guy who does One Punch Man. Got the return of Avatar: The Last Airbender with a Korra side story. It looks like she's going on some sort of pirate adventure, which is exciting. Got this really cool kids board book for Back to the Future, which teaches kids how to tell time. There's a clock you can rotate around. So it goes throughout the whole series, every page of it, which is basically like, hey, set it to 8 o'clock. Here's how you can do that. And then on the opposite page, it's like, at 8 o'clock, something comes up. It's like, oh no, Marty's still asleep at home. Stuff like that. But it's very adorable. Got the new volume of Mr. Wolf's Class. It's another series for kids, about anthropomorphic animals going to school. Got Dark Crystal, The Age of Resistance. This one's about the origin of Hup. Stinks that series just got canceled, but, what can you do? Another DC's recent horror series is from Joe Hill, The Dollhouse Family. Is now collected and out. Speaking of being collected and out, we now have the complete Doomsday Clock available. It was originally available as 2-volume hardcovers, but now they're here as one. Even though I'm holding 2 books, they're each one complete story. So it's all in one place if that was something you missed out on and want to read. The new number 1 volume of Guardians of the Galaxy. Iron Man 2020 was appropriate title. So you guys want to catch up on that and see what set up the stage for the new Iron Man series that's going on right now. Marvelverse, a new edition of Marvelverse. This one's based on Venom. So like the other Marvelverse series, they have a bunch of it's kind of like a bunch of just issues about standalone issues about Venom. So that way it's a good place. It's a good entry point for anyone that's interested in these characters. They usually do it one character at a time. So Venom is this week's highlight. Got the trade paperback of The Resistance, J. Michael Straczynski's new book from his new publishing house, Artist Writers Association, Upshot. Got a young adult version of Swamp Thing. This looks really cool, actually. I like all the greens. You know, appropriate given the character. Now on to some of the really cool stuff we got this week. We got Batman the Animated Series, the Phantom City Creative Edition. So this is like an art book. I'll try to get some ideas here about inspired by Batman the Animated Series. So you get to see some really cool new like deco art for it. Obviously this one's based on the movie, but they're inspired by, I believe, every aspect of the show, and there's obviously some sort of commentary and things. But it's really cool. I highly recommend it. I only have one of those at the moment. But speaking of art books based on, 90s animated comic book shows, we've got the art making of X-Men, the animated series. And I believe this one's instead of being original art, created for the book, this is more art from the show. And you see it's got commentary on like designs and how they made the series and adapted it from the source material. They're both big and beefy books. You see here they are compared to like a comic book. They're very big. So it's a great collector's piece. And with the holidays coming up, it'd be a good thing to grab for anyone that's a fan of these series. And that's it for the new comic releases this week. These are all available, plus many more, on our website, shoplevelupentertainment.com. If you happen to want to get anything, just send us a message, and we'll try to accommodate you as best we can. So until next time, guys, be safe.